Okay, so bit of an update, guys. I haven't been filming a lot, to be honest, so I'll just do a bit of a general update. Where am I? So I've been doing quite a lot of work on the front suspension, getting that finished. So that's all done. Brake pads are on, brake calipers are on. So that's both sides now all put together, and yeah, all the ball joints given new boots and greased up and everything. The roll bar, which is not a standard roll bar, it's heavier duty on this car, is in place. Shocks are back on. I'm using the original shocks at the moment until I've had a chance to really kind of suss them out, but they seem fine. No sign of any air in them or anything, no leaking. So that's both sides done. What else? Obviously I gave the engine bay a coat of paint with just rattle canned it, with the same colour I'm going to do the outside of the car, or that's the paint job of doing it, and started to sort of put things back in again. Quite a lot of work underneath, running brake lines, fuel lines, all of that's been done. So I've made up cunifer brake lines and rerun those. I take a lot of time to get it looking nice and sharp because I hate brake lines looking really rough. So they're all in place and held in place with stainless steel. I found somebody who sells these clips, stainless steel version of those, so I put those on. Obviously the steering reservoir's in place, filter king is in place, and you can see the two lines here. The black one's the return, so that's going to go across the carbs, and then obviously we've got the white line there is the fuel line from the back. So that goes back into the filter king, and then that will then obviously come off the filter king and go straight across the carbs there. What else in the engine bay? Obviously steering box is in, and hoping that's not a leaker. I don't think it is, because it wasn't leaking when I took it out. Well, there wasn't any sign of any leaking. This is my little side project that I've kind of done. So this is a valve that can be electrically operated. It's probably, I think it's a Denso valve out of a Jag. So I had to do a little bit of shenanigans with the pipe work, but it actually fits in pretty well. Links up to the original pipe work, so I've replaced all of the pipes underneath. I'll get underneath and let you have a quick look there. Oh, so yeah, so we've got all the pipe work underneath. It's been done. Fuel line running to the back, brake line running along the sill here, and then I'm just waiting for a joiner to come and join the front section of brake pipe to the rear section of brake pipe. These brackets here I made out of stainless rather than mild steel, so they should last a bit longer without rotting. All the handbrake linkage is hooked up to the rear axle. Rear brakes are all done. Obviously the suspension's all back in at the front. Oh, so it's almost time to start looking at the interior a bit more. Anyway, so hoping my brake line joiner comes today so I can get the brakes bled and just make sure everything's okay there. So at the back end I'm pretty much done in here now. So I've gone for a fuel pump mounted in here on rubber feet. Rather than using the original changeover valve, I found a US made 12 volt changeover valve. So I've still got the two fuel feeds out of the tank that go into the valve, and then a single line coming out of the valve into the fuel pump, and then out of the fuel pump to the front of the car. So it just simplifies things a bit, and also I've still got the original mechanical valve, but it wasn't very good, and in either position it could let fuel through from either side, so I could see air getting into it and all sorts. Battery box is in. This car originally had 2 batteries, but I'm not going to bother with that. I think a decent strong battery will be fine. I'm putting in a slightly uprated alternator as well. So what I'm going to do with this battery box is I've sort of foamed out the bottom of it, and that'll be used for tool storage. So it's time to start putting down some dynamat really in the back, and getting the wheel arches dynamated, and then put the vinyl trims over those. Then dynamat under the back seat rest, all of that I'll dynamat and then put over some sound deadening as well. And I'll do that all the way up to the front. Both sides, I've got the brake pedal back in and the brake masters back in, it's all hooked up. So yeah, just pulled out this. I forgot to get that. I've got to take that down and sandblast it. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to sandblast that, which is the footrest that goes in the passenger side, and it needs a little bit of a repair there. It's just gone a bit thin there, so I'll just cut a piece of metal out and weld a new bit in there. Otherwise, it's pretty good. So yeah, so that's where I am. All the panels have been painted. They're all hidden in various safe places so they don't get damaged. What I've then got to do is strip the paint off the roof and around the back, and anywhere basically there is paint left, original paint, I've got to strip it off. And then this car will be, once it's back on its wheels, it can go down to the paint shop and have the roof painted, the sort of back deck and around the windscreen at the front, and the shut faces, pillars, that sort of thing. So all of that's going to be painted same colour. Sills, yeah, get it done, and then it's really a case of starting to work on the interior, probably with the doors off just to keep it easy. And then I've got to fit the doors, which I'm not looking forward to, although I think they'll fit well because I know they have. I've already fitted them, but I'm a bit concerned about that driver's side, rear and front, because I think the bottom seal is going to be a challenge on those because they're quite tight fit. So we'll see, but anyway, there you go. So that's where I am. Just a bit of a general update.